guys, welcome back to FX Rhapsody. Today we're going to be looking at two currency pairs. We're going to be looking at the US dollar, Japanese yen, and we're going to be looking at the euro versus the US dollar. Then we're going to be looking at the commitment of traders report to see where the big banks and the big institutes have got their longs and shorts. So let's start off with UJ. On the monthly time frame, we can see that there was this trend line that was broken. Let me just draw this in here perfectly, and we can see that this trend line was tapped or retested. So basically we could see the break of the trend line came back to retested. There was this area of support and resistance. Let me just draw this here nicely. There we go. So we can see currently that that UJ wants to, or the dollar wants to break out of this area of support. So basically it came up, came and retested, and this area falls nicely on this trend line as well. Another confirmation is you can see this big impulse to the upside. So we draw our Fibonacci from the low to the high, and we can see just to measure the retracement. So we could see that how price went up, and then it came back and tested or retested this area of the 38.2%. And you can see how that area fell nicely with this trend line retracement. And so yeah, that was just all confirmation of a nice buy that you could have placed on the lower time frames. So let's just take these out. Let's move on to the weekly. So on the weekly time frame, let's just do this. There's a nice area of resistance that's right about here, and we can see that the dollar came up and it tested this area. I can actually draw it down a little bit more. There we go. It kind of tested this area of resistance. It shot back down and it started slowly moving up in a couple of weeks, and it came and retested this area again. So this is the area where the sellers are waiting, and so let's see if the dollar bounces off this area or if it carries on breaking or break this area. It all depends on how the Japanese yen strengthens or weakens. So if we go to the daily time frame, on a daily time frame, we can also see, let me just draw in that resistance area again. So you can see that area that price came up and it retested basically that area. We can also see this nice trend line that it was forming, just a nice uptrend. You can see this how the price was tapping that area the whole time. Just going to make another one at the bottom here. Let's just have a look right there. And just expand that and just draw it better. There we go. So basically the dollar was in this zone, going up and down, and you can see currently that this area in the top here at this resistance area was tapped by this trend line and price moved down. So what can we expect now? So what I do is I take my Fibonacci out, and you can see this movement to the upside as well, from the low to the high. Price came down, it was in this area, came down to tap it. Now this is where we are sitting. Is price going to come down all the way? Is it going to break through this area of the 50%, which is also, as you can see, it acted as a nice support area before. I mean, price was tapping that area or getting close to that area. So it's all going to be what is price going to do. So to look at where we're going to go, let's just get some more confirmation on the commitment of traders. So let's head to the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen, and I've had it in the previous analysis of the GBP USD and GBP JPY. You can see that slowly but surely the Japanese yen have been strengthening. It went from a negative 59 and it's slowly making its way down again to a negative 37. So let's see on Monday where the results come out. If there's more longs that's been added and less shorts taken out, or more shorts taken out, meaning that the net position will go smaller, that means that the Japanese yen will strengthen. And if the Japanese yen strengthens, it will push price down all the way to this area of this trend line that's formed at the bottom, and it will break this area here. If it does not, if the dollar strengthens, obviously we can see price heading back up again to go and retest that area again. Okay, so let's move on to the Euro USD dollar. Go to the monthly time frame. Okay, so on the monthly time frame, let's just expand this a little bit. There we go. We can see this area of resistance. There we go. Okay, area of resistance that's been tapped. So the price came up, tapped this area, went down, came up, and retested it the second time. We can also see there was an area of resistance and support over here, which price broke through. So you can see that price came up, it tested this area, it became a resistance, came down, tested it again, broke up, and it became a slide of a support area. Not massive, but if you look to the left, you can see this was a previous support area as well on that side. So price currently broke through that area. So now this is where is price going to go down a little bit more before it retests? But that we can see on the lower time frames. So I'm just going to take this one out, and then we're going to move on to the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, you can see nicely how this area was broken and acted as a support and resistance as well. So you can see that there's another area at the bottom here. Whoops. You can see there's another area at the bottom here. And this is just draw it better. There we go. Sorry, I just like to get all my things straight. There, that's much better. You can also start adjusting, especially on the lower time frames. You can start adjusting these as well. Let's just minimize it a bit, and it looks a bit better. Okay, oops. So what we do is we take out our Fibonacci. You can see that the price made an impulse to the downside. So we take the Fibonacci from the high to the low. That is, bear in mind, if price is currently, or if price is respecting this and heading up, we can see this movement. Let's just do that. Okay, so you can see there's a nice 38.2%. So let's say price for the next week bounces off this and the next candle makes it up. So to do that retracement, it usually comes up to 38.2%. And you can also see that this area was a nice support area. So this area will be turned resistance now. So if the euro strengthens next week, you can see this price will move up to this area, and then from there on we will see price bouncing down. If you guys are in the sell, this is also the minus 27% is also a nice take profit area. So we can also expect price just to not bounce, but just to dip for another candle, dip down to this area, and then from this area we will see price then moving up to that resistance area. Okay, so it's all got to do with keeping an eye on the price and not predicting it, but rather reacting to what price is doing. So let's just take out our Fibonacci. So So let's head on to the daily time frame. Okay, on the daily time frame, let's just minimize it a little bit. We can see a little bit better, a little bit more. Okay, so we can see those two areas. Just want to bring it a bit closer. And always, I mean, right now I've kept it there, but it's always, you can adjust it, especially on the lower time frames. So what we do is we adjust it a little bit, so you can see this is a much better area. You can see how price have been bouncing off it, false breakout, bouncing off it again, breaking through, retesting this support and resistance, and it went down to this bottom area here, which turned support, bounced off it, came and retested the area. So you can see this is a strong area of support and resistance, strong area in the market. So again, let's take our Fibonacci from the high to the low, and then you can see how this area excuse me, we can actually if you look at it like that, there we go. Let's just move it to the side and let's see. So this is actually a much better, if I would say right there. So I've just adjusted a little bit. You can still see how this area have been retested, and so this falls in between the 38.2 and the 50%. And let's say price, just want to see here, look at this here, small little area of support that it falls in. So the Fibonacci tells you a lot, guys, and you use it, and there we go. Look at this. This is a nice area of support. So this is where price is currently. So what we can see is price have not broken through this area. As you can see, this is a previous support. So let's say price from next week move up, next couple of days, it will definitely come and hit this zone, and then from there on it will move down to this area over here, to our 27% area. So let's see what the commitment of traders are saying on the euro. So on the euro, you can see that price have been increasing, and the net positions, there was a lot of longs that was placed in the market, and then slowly but surely the shorts have been coming in as well. So you can see this push on the upside here. On the left hand side, you can see the push, and this was the push here, this last little bit. Because we're looking at the daily, you can see this last little bit, how the price have been pushed up, and slowly but surely there's been the net position went from 109 to 107, nothing major, but you can see this downwards movement of price that created. So let's see for next week. We don't have the updated numbers, but I can surely tell you that the next number of this 107 will be less than, or the next numbers that comes through, the data will be less than 107, meaning this is the dip that was made. So I'm pretty sure that price will come up to this area, retest it, and then fall down. So guys, that is my analysis on these two pairs. I've put in the description, I've put a link to my COT report. Go and download it, use it, guys. Tomorrow I'll be updating it as soon as the new data comes through, so then you can download it with the new and updated data. I hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Hit that notification bell for more analysis that comes through. And guys, I hope you have been having a very good weekend, and yeah, markets open tomorrow, so let's hope it's a profitable week. Happy trading, guys.